Hey everybody, this is Austin. Welcome to part 2 of learning HTML and CSS the simple way. I just want to go ahead and jump on into the code today. Before we do that, I'm going to show y'all a simple trick I like to use whenever I'm doing development. I'm not sure, some of you probably already know this, but I'm on Mac and you can do this on Windows as well. It's a different process, but all you're really going to want to do, actually I did that wrong. Let's go ahead and close this real quick. You're going to want to have both tabs open. This is my index.html file. And then you can just hold that open, the full screen button, put that over there, and then just put this over here. And now we can do things side by side. That way we don't have to keep switching back and forth, and it's really convenient that way. So first off, let's just go ahead and jump on into our head tag. We didn't talk too much about it, but this is where a lot of our metadata goes, all of our data that doesn't necessarily go into the document, such as our title tag. And we will put in there learning to code. Close off that HTML. It's as simple as that. You see over here how it says index.html right here? Let's refresh the page. Learning to code. We have officially now made our first website, technically. It's not going to be a bestseller, but you never know. Not Steve Jobs, Tim Cook might come knocking at your door soon for some web development jobs with some knowledge like that. But other than that, let's go ahead and jump on into some other tags, such as the paragraph tag. With any good document, you gotta start it off with a good old hello world. And it's as simple as opening and closing a paragraph tag just like we did the title. Same process, save it, and then we're going to see a little hello world right here. And that's really all there is to it. It's so awesome. We're going to make a couple different things just so I can illustrate this to you. I'm going to show y'all now how to make some headings. So let me just jump through this right here just so you can see the different ones and how exactly they look in comparison to each other. Like I said, guys, I'm going to be going into a lot of detail in this series. I want to make sure everything's covered, and I want to make sure that the people who may not get it as fast as some others, that they understand it. And that's very important to me. So if I'm not keeping up with your pace, I'm sorry. But I just want to do it slower rather than faster, because you can always speed up the video if you'd like, but I know some people, they like to learn at a slower pace and they like to take notes during the video, and I'm just trying to help everybody out in that aspect. So what I've done while I was yabbering on is I made something called header tags. Now, header tags are what are used, at the title of a document. So you'll have your title, which will be your H1 typically, maybe a subtitle that's an H2, and with these down here, they can be used in whatever really need. I don't usually use anything other than H1 and H2 typically, but there are some times you may need to use the others. Let's go ahead and save this just so I can show you the comparison of what all those look like. That's going to be how all the headings look right there, as far as boilerplate or pre-CSS, if you will. And that's really important to know for whenever you're wanting to go in and actually edit, because that's going to be what happens even before you edit anything. And that's super, super awesome. So if you want to go ahead, we can jump in, and I'm going to show you how to do some links, and that's going to be with this A tag. Very important. You'll want to jump in, use this href, that stands for hyperlink reference, and then everything that goes inside this is something to link you. So if I wanted to link you to, say, apple.com, I would say https apple.com. And then another really cool thing is if you are on this site right here and you don't want someone to leave your site, you want them to stay on yours but still open up another page, you can do what's called target_blank, and that will open it up in a new page. So let's check it out. Oh, I gotta close this, and I gotta actually put some text. That would probably help out. So apple.com right here, and then it's gonna open up another tab that takes us to apple.com. Really, really slick. That's a really cool feature. I mean, it gets a lot more in depth than that, obviously. I just want to walk y'all through everything on this level first before we jump into some other stuff. Here's another thing for whenever you want to make lists. This is UL. This stands for unordered list. And basically what this does is this will make a dotted or unnumbered list. I guess you'll see in just a second. List item 1. Close off that LI, and this is the hierarchy that I was speaking of before, where you have your main, what's called parent element, and then your child element. And basically the way that works is like those Russian dolls. You know what I mean? And you can take one out and get another one out and another one out, and they're all inside of each other. These two ULs are the very first doll. You open this doll up, and then these come out. You know, it's all inside each other. Everything. It's a hierarchy process. And then there's another thing called an ordered list that will leave things numbered for you. And I will leave those. We'll save that, take a look at it. And that is the difference in those. Very, very effective and definitely very important for whenever you're trying to learn how to do some things like that. I'm going to show you one last thing, and that is going to be the image tag. And this is where you're going to insert all your images that go into a page. You can do some images in CSS, but you'll have to do those as background images. These are your main images that are going to be specific to content that's on your page relative to things that you're trying to speak on. But for our purposes, I'm going to go to this website right here. I have bookmarked, called Unsplash. They have a bunch of really awesome photos. Let's go ahead and search happy, and let's see what comes up. Let's find, see, look at this kid right here. He looks very happy. Let's go ahead and download this picture. So that's going to take us a couple seconds. We'll go ahead and open when done. Show it in Finder. Let's go ahead and rename it. Image.jpg. Save it. You'll want to get the info from it. Obviously there's a lot of ways you could do this depending on whether you're on Windows, but if you're getting the pictures from Unsplash, there'll be a where it's from right here. It's a link. And then what you'll want to do is just go back into your code where you had that image source, copy and paste it into that source, and then go just like that, save it, jump back over here, and then it'll eventually load. Now obviously there's no parameters on this. If I did some CSS, I could fix it, but obviously you can see the picture. For the sake of the video, just so you can see, I will add some quick parameters, just so you can see that the picture did load fine. And there's the picture right there. Really, really awesome stuff. Obviously you could do a lot more, and I want to jump more into how to use these things to make a website, and then we're going to talk more about CSS and styling in the next video. But until then, we'll see you. Peace out.